Okay, there we go. Go ahead.
Louis.mp4. I was a long way down the ladder. I'm the fourth from the youngest. At the present time, I am the youngest boy still alive. Leland and I are the two boys left.
And what is your birthday?
My birthday is July 11th, 1925.
Excellent. Your birthday's coming up soon.
It's coming soon.
Excellent. What is your first childhood memory?
Probably the accident I had. I disobeyed Mom and got on a horse with the neighbors. He jumped the ditch and I fell off the back end. And he kicked me under the chin and drove my 4 top teeth clear out of sight. And they didn't find that, they thought they were knocked out, and they found them 3 months later clear up in my jaw.
Wow. So did they have to have the dentist extract them?
They picked them out when they found them. And I was without front teeth until I was a 4th grader.
Wow, so about how old were you when the accident happened?
I was about 5.
That's a long time to miss your teeth.
I live in Gooding, where the school for the deaf is.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them can read my lips because all that time I never move my upper lip when I talk. And they can't lip read me at all.
Because it doesn't move enough?
I don't move it. And you know, I've stood in front of a mirror and tried to train myself to move it, and I just can't. I just revert back.
What were some of your duties or chores in the family?
Well, milking cows, and one I enjoyed the most, Grandpa Durfee had to have a freezer of homemade ice cream every Sunday. We had our own ice house where we put up ice for the summer, and Sunday morning it was my job to crank the ice cream freezer for a lot of years. And we'd freeze ice cream before we went to church.
Oh, fun. That'd be a good chore to have. Did you do a little sampling while you were mixing?
Well, I'm going to confess, when I didn't want to go to church, which some kids don't at that age,
Mm-hmm.
I'd eat 2 or 3 pieces of salt and get sick.
That way you'd have a legitimate excuse to stay.
And I could stay home.
Does it feel better to let someone know after all this time? That's great. Which one of your chores did you dislike the most?
Dad thought that boys shouldn't be idle. So in the summertime, he'd give us one of those old cloth sugar sacks, the 10-pound ones.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd have to go out across the farm and pick the thistle blossoms. He thought that'd help control the thistle.
Wow. So you just collected them? What'd you do with them after you collected
He'd
them?
put them in the sack. We'd have to take them back to Dad and show him how many we got. And if we didn't have enough, we'd go back out and look some more. He just burned them.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can see why you didn't like that one a whole lot. What's your fondest childhood memory that you have?
Probably going fishing up Almo Creek with our hands. They'd turn the water out and leave just pools of water. And we'd go up and reach under the rocks and catch the fish with our hands.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
And one time I pulled out a water snake and it went clear over the trees. Last I saw it.
What were some of your favorite things to do during the summertime?
Ride the horse. I don't do.
Well, and during the winter, what were some of the things you'd do?
Up on by the ranch, we had a mountain east of our place that had a big swale in it. Excuse me. And we didn't have skis that you guided. We just had a slat with a leather strap for your foot to slip in. And we'd climb up one end of the mountain, go straight down and up as far as we could the other side, and then walk up and come back the other way.
Oh, that would be fun. Did you ever accidentally run into anything doing that?
No, but we built a ski jump once out of just piling snow up.
Mm-hmm.
And I went over it and I broke the ski right under my foot. So we went home and got some wood slats and nailed it together and went back and skied again.
Didn't let it stop you. That's great. How old were you when you left home, and what was the reason for leaving home?
Oh, I was 18. I went into the Navy during World War II. Went to boot camp at Farragut, Idaho when I was 18.
And where were you stationed after boot camp?
I was fortunate, I guess. I've always had poor eyesight, and I was in limited service, which meant I couldn't be sent out of the United States. So I was a hospital corpsman, and I was stationed nearly the entire time in Bainbridge, Maryland, which is about 35 miles north of Washington, D.C.
Excellent. What do you think has been the greatest invention during your lifetime?
It's the advancement in medical science. I'm the recipient of that. I've got a metal valve in my heart. I would have been dead 14 years ago if it hadn't been for that. They took my heart out, cut it open, took out the natural valve, and put in a metal valve.
Wow.
And it's worked pretty well.
And it's keeping you going. That's excellent. I'd say that's a great advancement. What animals or pets did you have growing up?
A horse, mainly.
Really? What was your horse's name?
Dude.
Dude. That's great.
Uncle Kenneth, my brother Kenneth worked for John Ward, the sheep man. And one summer, John had a son named Dwayne, and he had this little horse that he'd caught wild out in Hawaii County. And his dad was going to send him out to the sheep camp. They were short of horses. And Dwayne sold him to Kenneth for $10. And we had him. I rode him until he was 28 years old when I went into the service.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. We're almost done. We'll be 2 minutes. What was your favorite memory that you have of your father?
Two of them. Every time we passed the garden in the summertime, he pulled a carrot and ate it. And then he always made up songs for us. And my favorite is, "Where did you get that hat?" It's a Jim Dandy. I don't know how it went. I can't sing it, but I remember him singing that all the time to me.
And what was one of your fondest memories of your mother?
Her great desire for the education of her children. She made sure, and because Albion was the closest college, we were all teachers. I counted up the other night, and my brothers and their wives, grandchildren and their wives. At one time we had 44 active teachers in the family.
That is amazing.
sure we had education.
That's excellent. Is there anything that you would like to say to your family or posterity that may be viewing this in the future?
Well, I've always been amazed. This is the year 2011. Our father was born the last year of the Civil War in 1865. So in one generation, we have spanned from 1865 to 2011. I think it's amazing.
That is pretty amazing.